So today's video is going to be a channeled message from God. I'm laying in my bed because that's the energy. I was laying here like this and I'm like, I don't even. But we're obedient, so we're going to go ahead and share this message. I am torn on whether or not I want to use my cards, but I'm just going to allow God and His Spirit to speak through me. If you're watching this video, it's because this message is for you. The intention that I've set is for this message to only go to reach those who it is divinely for. And I'm feeling like this message is for those of you, if you are watching this video, you are either newly awakened, post your first awakening, or recently discovering your spiritual gifts. And I've called you to this message, or God has called you to this message to let you know, first things first, that you are sane. You are normal, you are fine, you are more than fine, you are gifted, you are blessed, you are chosen. And I'm also being guided to just share a little bit about my experience. When I first awakened, I thought I was crazy. I was hospitalized because nobody around me knew what was going on. And although I can smile about it now in almost like a graceful, forgiving way, it was very rough for me to try to wrap my head around what was happening to me, for me, around me. And God is just wanting to have more of a cozy environment, which is maybe why I'm like in the bed with the covers, got my hoodie on, in the approach in which I am delivering this message, because He needs you to know that you are more than fine. I'm hearing Him say, share that it's better on the other side, and it is. I would not be the person, vessel, being that I am today if I did not embrace my spiritual gifts. I never ran from them, but I was definitely highly confused about what was going on with me. And once I finally realized that I was not insane or crazy or mentally unstable, but that I was being utilized as a vessel for God, and my gifts were from God, and what I was experiencing was, yes, otherworldly, was, yes, confusing to those around me. It doesn't mean that it wasn't real. It doesn't mean that what you're experiencing is not true. To be able to communicate with spirit, to be able to hear the voice of God, to be able to dream so prophetically or in depth and have visions, or being able to feel and sense energies that nobody else around you can feel is a divine gift from our Creator. And it is much better on this side, I promise you. I have awakened a hard awakening that's occurred at least 4 or 5 times, but every day I am constantly awakening to new aspects of my abilities, and I just want you to know that you're fine and that you're okay, and there's nothing wrong with you. I first just wanted to give that affirmation. It says you are the oracle. To you, first things first, because for the longest time I lost everybody that I knew. Every relationship that I had, including with my family, was a bit torn and altered in terms of the dynamic, because there was such a lack of understanding and confusion. I'm only going to pull 3 cards. First I heard 1, now I hear 3. So I'm only going to pull 3 cards, and I'm going to quickly just allow those cards to speak to you in whatever way that you desire. But I also just read, I'm reading the Bible, and I just read a passage um, from King David when God had the prophet Nathan kind of like anoint David in that moment. He was asking, like, why me? Like not why me in like a victim way, but more of like, how could you choose, like, why are you choosing me, like what makes me so special? um and I asked God the same thing. And during my awakening, one of them, I remember I would take like walks in the morning just to connect with God, and I kept hearing the name David, 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 and I was like, who is David? And I finally came to the realization that I was, I don't know that I was directly being contacted by, but my intuition tells me that I was being contacted by King David. And um, in this moment where I just read that, it was kind of the same thing. Like, I wanted to cry so badly, and I could see David taking his crown off and bowing to me. And I was like, don't bow to me. Like, don't bow to me. Like, who am I? Don't bow to me. Um, and so I just want you to know that your purpose is so much more relevant and intentional than we could ever even imagine. David started off as someone just working on his father's field, tending to the sheeps, tending to the animals, and he ended up being a king over uh, nations, you know? And so I just want you to have that validation. God is saying, I want you to have that validation over yourself in the knowing that you are chosen divinely and with purpose and with reason. So this card is Soul Family. It says you don't have to do it alone. Call in your tribe. For me, like, for the longest time, my spirit guides and my angels and God was the only tribe that I have. Still to this day, I don't really have anybody that's truly, truly aligned with me. So that is the message here. And whales are significant because it's like dive deep to the depths in which are you. And also remember that whales are born in an environment that is not really conducive to who and how they were made. They have to come up to the surface for air, you know? So just remember that. Even though they live in the water, it doesn't necessarily mean that that's where they are, where they were destined to be, I guess is what I'm trying to say. And then I'll pull out another one. This one jumped. Mintakan, longing for home, belonging, and the original light workers. This is just to confirm. I always think of Ariel when I see this. It's like part of that world. That song is coming to mind. It's just longing for a place that makes you feel normal, but I want you to know that you're not normal, but you will find your soul family. You will find the people who align with you, and you will find your way around here. You won't be alone forever. Remember, Jesus had his 12 disciples, and he was literally the only person on earth in that moment in time like him. So remember that. And then I'm just going to choose what's at the bottom of the deck, and we have Get Grounded. So connect to your ancestors, connect to God, connect to your higher self. You are an empath, you are highly intuitive, but just connect with nature and with the energies around you so that you are able to truly hear your intuition. I would never be able to hear the guides and messages of the spirits around me if I wasn't able to get quiet. So I want to just leave this message with some affirmations. I am highly blessed and favored. I am chosen by our Creator Himself. I am loved. I am divinely guided and protected. And I am chosen. I love you. Leave me a comment below if this resonated with you.